but I want to hear kind of like what your rationale is behind how you put this thing together.
Yeah, so what I do is it's basically kind of like a 5-step process. So again, whether the person comes to us through like a web inquiry or social media, or if it's through a cold call or cold email, I try to offer them, but my whole goal as part of onboarding a new client is to get down and get them a more accurate estimate. Like I want to meet them in person, meet the owner in person, go down to their place of business. I'll actually bring the scale, like we have like a portable commercial scale, and I'll weigh out, their laundry. So I'll talk to the owner and say, okay, was this like 1 day's worth of laundry or 3 days worth of laundry? And then that kind of gives us a more accurate, I guess, view of what their weekly laundry requirement is, like how much poundage they do in a week. And then from that point, so I'll meet the client. I actually bring like a 1-page marketing handout with me, and I give that to them. And then I've got like a list of questions that I ask them to figure out like how do they want their laundry processed, what's their current situation. Like when I called you Happy Hands, you were doing your own laundry, and we've got numerous clients. They're like, oh man, I'm just so sick of doing my own laundry and I'm getting busier. I need to find a solution for this. So obviously that's somebody that's highly motivated and wants our solution. What I don't want to do is like wildly overquote so that it's super expensive and it doesn't work for their business and that I don't get the business. Obviously I don't want to underquote either. Like I want to get a more accurate estimate for them. So that's why I go down and actually weigh their laundry. And I ask them all these questions about what they're doing, how they want their laundry processed, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, okay, is this, say if it's a massage therapist, it's like, how many sheets do you use per client? Sometimes they'll have like a knitted blanket. Sometimes they'll have, like they've got the headrest covers. Maybe sometimes they've got robes or slippers, or depending on, if it's more of like a high-end spa type thing or just a straight massage therapist. So I'll get a really accurate picture of what it is they use in their business. And then I essentially just tell them at the end of the meeting, I'll say that, I give them the marketing handout. And then I just explain that, okay, I'm going to go home. I'm going to put this all together. I think I've got all the information I need. But if you wouldn't mind, look for an email from me summarizing our meeting today, and just have a quick look at that and make sure that everything looks accurate to you. And then they're like, okay, great. Yep, sounds good. So I go home and I basically take all of that information from the meeting and I put it together into an email, like a summary of my notes essentially, and with a breakdown of everything that we talked about in great detail. And then I think this is what's important in the sales process, is then saying, okay, here's the next step. We've summarized everything. This is your current situation. The next step is I'm going to put together an estimate on, say, 4 different levels of service for you. If none of those options make sense for your business, we'll just stop there. No worries. If one of those options looks good to you and you think it's going to work for your business, then we're going to go ahead and schedule the free trial. And that's the free trial that we talked about. So then when the person responds and says, yeah, looks good, send me the estimate, like everything you said was accurate, that's when I then prepare the estimate email and send them the actual estimate. And they may have a question or two, but generally that's when they say, okay, yeah, no, it looks good. Let's set up the free trial. So then we'll set up a day where we go and get X days worth of laundry for them, all completely for free. And it's like, tell the team it's a game time. We have a potential new customer. Let's make sure that they're happy. That's kind of the process.